NRSN starting to work its way
It
back on up.
tried flushing, held it, now back over VWAP.
Let's go ahead and throw on that VWAP indicator.
And then Tesla, my eye on Tesla right now, it's either we get above 128.70s or reject 128.70s or 127 below. So I got this little range here. Whichever way it wants to go, I'm going to be ready. Oh, there goes NRSN spike.
Yeah, NRSN is trying to move itself on up. We do have maybe some slightly lower highs, showing a little bit of weakness over on NRSN if we want to jump in on a possible short over on this play. NRSN sitting right around that 250-ish mark. There are shares available to go ahead and pull the trigger. It is above the VWAP, showing that there is a little bit of bullishness towards this play. NRSN also did have a good credible press release. I mean, NRSN, we say, why did the stock move? Why did the stock rip and run? It did have a good credible press release. Just for a little bit of refresher for everyone, it reports positive final results. So positive final results over on this play, over on NRSN. That is, again, a good, nice, solid press release. NRSN, 6 million in float. It's up towards around 260. NRSN, new high of the day right now. NRSN coming all the way on up towards around its pre-market highs, breaking through a little bit of that downtrend. NRSN, this is a stock that is available to short if we want to pull the trigger on this play.
Did you look at some shorts?
Thinking about it very, very soon over on NRSN. And the reason why is just because, obviously, being up right now, let's go ahead and throw NRSN up on the top level too. NRSN towards around 273, still going on up. NRSN still has some hype. I would like to see maybe if this one, that 275 mark obviously could be a strong resistance line. If we could get above $3, I think that's going to be very strong resistance. If that could get above that $3 mark. Still watching this one. No entries for myself just yet. Keeping this one on high watch and high alert for that possible short. We're sitting right around that 260 mark. I'm actually going to jump in on a couple shorts right now. I'm going to do, again, 2,000 shares on the short side just to try to make some money in case, again, like that pre-market high holds on up. Just in case that pre-market high holds on up as, let's say, the main area. I'm just going to jump in on 2,000 shares to begin with. And I'll probably add to this play as well. But I definitely wanted to see if it was going to break through this top mark. I got a price right now of 260, 2,000 shares. Gonna see if we can get a reversal back on down towards like 245 or so. Still hitting that 260-ish mark. I'm going to add another 2,000 shares. Get a total of 4,000 shares on this play at the price of $258. And let's just go for, like, if I can, a crack of $250 and make $500 just to kind of kick off my day. Right now, again, I'm up 124,000 shares on the short side. We do have our pre-market high at the price of $278. And then I do have my current price at around the price of $258. So I just want to see if we crack back on down towards the VWAP or so and we start getting a little bit of weakness. See if this play is going to, fade on off here a little bit. And the thing is that, the kind of the back and forth type of move that I have to do is it has good news. That's the negative. Like, it has good news. I don't like shorting stocks that have good news because there is obviously still room to run. But the positive is it's up 108%. So it does have so much room to be able to drop back on down. Right now, coming on up towards around that 275-ish mark. We do know we have those pre-market highs right around that 278 mark. 278 pre-market highs. Currently sitting basically even on this play.
What's your cost basis, you said?
Cost basis right now is 258 for myself.
I haven't jumped in it. I want to see if it tries to spike over high a day.
Yeah, we may get that, like, one pop. That's the thing. We may get that one pop on up that There's that possible pop. It's 270. And I can always average in, again, even better as we come up towards around these highs. Up near around that 278 mark. Here comes that possible pop, 275. We're going to break that 275 mark. 275, 277. I'm going to add in a little bit more right here, team. I have a total of 6,000 shares, cost basis of 262. So again, we are hitting that pre-market high right now, and that's where I'm adding in on my shares at the pre-market high. I'm going to do a right now, traders, as you guys can see. There's a little bit of that pop, but let's see if we get that reversal now. So again, if we get that reversal, I'm going to, again, be able to maximize my gains. If we don't get that reversal, that's where I'm going to have to get out. Right now, team, I'm in on 10,000 shares at the price of 268. 10,000 shares, price of 268, looking for the big reversal on down. Currently up $399 right now. So I have a cost basis right now of 268, 10,000 shares on the short side. We did just get the pop above the pre-market high, big upper shadow, looking for the reversal back on down, crack underneath 250 VWAP. That's where I'll be able to make a lot of money. Right now I'm breaking even though. Right now I'm breaking even at this time, 10,000 shares short side.
I missed an entry up there. I wanted to get above 280.
Yeah, I know. I'm in at 268. I'm breaking even right now. So I'm going to hold this one tight for a little bit.
128.80, so I want to see if I get a nice pullback here. And SPY is still rallying, so.
SPY still rallying? Yeah, I don't want to miss the SPY. But obviously, you know, right now we're still good. Guys, I'm up $800, $900. Let's see if we get that drop underneath again, 250. Crack underneath 250. I'll start taking some gains. That should be a nice little $2,000 profit. Right now we're up about $800. Again, 10,000 shares. Good chunk of change with 10,000 shares. You make money pretty quickly with 10,000 shares. Let's see if we can crack 260s. 260 trying to hold up as support. If we can crack 260 and start going underneath that VWAP, that's where we'll start making that good money. So again, 260 trying to crack. We got some couple bids. Watch the level 2. Got, you know, right now we're up $299. Most we were up so far was about $899. Right now, slightly in the red. Still building slightly higher lows. That's the only thing that's a little bit scary taking a look at this play. See that, you know, lower shadows? The lower shadows are still slightly higher on up. So we do need to see a crack of 260 for me to really get paid out. That's what I need. So for me to really get paid out, for anyone that's like, all right, Deck, I'm in on the short with you, just be aware that higher lows is not a good sign for shorting. Whenever you have higher lows, it's still showing there's more buyers than sellers. So what does that mean for us? If you are in on this play, we need to crack this purple line. Better yet, crack 260. We'll be able to start seeing a lot more gains. Crack the VWAP and start fading back on down. That's what we'll be able to make that big time money. So far, NRSN is currently up 112% at this time. Still, again, nice uptrend, VWAP bottom support. Currently looking for the crack of 260 to start making some cash. Juan, you thinking about this trade or no?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if it wants to get another run. After that stuff at 270 high a day, it's still holding.
Mm-hmm. Right now, we still got these higher lows.
I could see go for another run, but if not, then I definitely.
Oh man, sorry, Juan. I'll get you back in a second, Juan. I promise. Juan, I know you're listening right now. The Zoom cut on out, but I'll get you back right after this trade, buddy. 261. Everyone watch the bids right here. Everyone watch the bids at this time. We're still at 261. 260. Let's get that crack of 260. Get that crack of 260. There we go, baby. There we go. Let's start locking in some gains a little bit. Ooh, we got the crack of 260. Still, again, holding on up a little bit, though, guys. Still holding on up a little bit. Still got that crack of 260, guys. I'm actually going to lock out and be smart. Okay, guys, it got the crack of 260, but it's still bouncing on up. I'm just going to lock out here, be smart, take my 282. Crack there, that's where I wanted to dump. That's where I wanted to dump. Notice we got the crack, and it popped back on up. That's why I'm saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable yet. So traders, everyone see what I was looking for here. This is very important. See how we had higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and then we got the crack. The moment we got that crack, I feel great. I feel good. But now we're back above that purple line. That's why I just got out right away. I got out right away because I was not going to go through going underneath. Hey, we're about to dump. Oh, never mind. Scratch that. We're going back on up. So I just took, again, $282 in profit because I saw the crack happen and then we pounced back on up. So I'm not going to, again, let that, let that take away any sort of money for myself.
Damn.
NRSN, guys, starting to get a little bit weaker. I may look to add on my NRSN trade, get back involved in that because I am seeing that it's finally cracking that higher low area. So I am actually going to start getting slowly back involved. Guys, NRSN getting a nice little dump. Currently up $500.
Nice
Guys,
dump,
currently up $500. NRSN, nice little dump right here off of 2,000 shares. I'm just going to, at this moment, team, take a quick $500 profit. There we go, guys. So a nice little, again, gain at this moment over on NRSN. Notice that I was a little bit late to that trade. I couldn't get 10,000 shares, unfortunately. But does everyone see what I just did on that trade? Notice we had the higher lows, and the higher lows just started cracking. Now, again, we're starting to get weaker. weaker. Now we're starting to drop on down. Currently finished off with $468 in profit on that trade from the higher lows starting to crack and the VWAP. And the cool thing about this from penny stocks to Juan trades is we're almost looking for the same thing. I look for, again, the higher low crack underneath the VWAP. Juan right now is looking for, again, Tesla cracking the VWAP and falling on down there. So it's like the same exact thing. He's just doing it on blue chips. I'm doing it on penny stocks right now. NRSN team is starting to get a little bit weaker. I'm actually thinking about re-adding onto that play, NRSN. And I'm actually going to jump in on NRSN with 3,000 shares on the short side. Again, as long as this play can stay underneath, I would say the price of like 255. So I'm going to give this one a chance to go back in on the short side as long as we can stay underneath 255. I don't want it going back above 255 and going back above the VWAP. I do see it trying to arch its way back on down, but if we start breaking that, as Juan says, it's not worth it because we could see a possible squeeze all the way back on up. So that's the thing. You know, I will hold this play on the short side to see if we can get that nice crack, to see if we can get that nice weakness. But if we start getting back above the VWAP, it's honestly just not worth it to me. So, you know, it hasn't been a big day by any sort of means. I have a little bit of cushion, which is fine. But I'm going to be looking to see if we can possibly get a short on this one. If it does break through again, like 255, 256, 3,000 shares, just going to wrap it up and move on. But I want to get involved. I want to try to make a little cash. I want to start making a little bit of money.
I have my alert set on that one too in case it does pop. I'm ready to hit it.
Yeah, the thing is, if it pops on up, there's a potential squeeze. So that's why I'm keeping like a 5-cent stop loss on it. If it right now is, again, still sitting right at that VWAP. VWAP's at 253-ish mark. Back underneath 250. We have a slight little uptrend. If that uptrend goes, we could fall back down towards, again, that 240-ish mark. Slight little uptrend right here. Slight little uptrend underneath the black line, which is good. And I can see we are, you know, still fading here slightly. I'm just watching this one closely. See if, again, it's going to get any sort of pop or if we're really going to start cracking on down. I want to give this one, you know, if I can, like 5 minutes. See if we can get that crack. If we can start cracking it, let's say we start seeing like 246 again, 246 or so, I'm going to add some more shares and look for the sell-off back down to the low 230s and then lock in some profits. So here we go, back on down towards this uptrend. See this small little uptrend? We want to see that crack here. As long as we stay underneath the VWAP, we're fine. I just don't want it to go back up to 255, 256, any of that stuff. You know, anything back up in the 255s or higher, I'm probably just going to get out. When in doubt, I lose $200. It's no big deal. But, you know, if we can get that crack, I don't think it's going to be fast. It's not going to be super hard. But you know what? We could definitely fall back down to the mid 230s. And basically, again, you know, probably push up our position near $1,000 in profit today.
GRR is somewhat still holding. So
guys, NRSN starting to crack a little bit. Adding to my position for a possible crack over on NRSN. We are starting to crack here slightly. I'm in at the 5,000 shares at 246, looking to sell this. I'm probably going to keep it at 5,000 shares, looking to see if we're going to crack 240s. Notice again, we have this nice long lower shadow. It's trying to get back above this trend line here. If we go back in the 250s, I'm going to get 100% out. Just a little heads up for you guys. You guys can see what I'm looking for. Notice it just got that crack. It's trying to move itself back on up though at this moment. Guys, I'm just going to get out and I'm just going to say to myself, whoop, not worth it. So everyone can see what I was going for. I was going for that crack right here on that trend line. It tried to get it there for a moment, just popped itself back on up. No longer in on this trade because as Juan says, as we know, if it starts getting back on up, you know how many shorters are going to get scared and get squeezed out. So still green on the day, but I did just give back again my $300 that I've had. And that's absolutely fine because I'm willing to, again, put myself in on some positions. What's also I'm proud about is that we looked for the crack right here and we had a stop loss. We had a stop loss at the VWAP. If we didn't have a stop loss at the VWAP, guys, that would be troubling. So being part of a successful stock trader is not only making money, but it's also knowing how to lose money. And I know that sounds silly. That sounds stupid. Saying, what do you mean know how to lose money? Know how to lose money properly. When you lose money, you don't want to be going in the red. When you lose money, you still want to be able to stay green. And that's why, again, you know, keeping those tight stop losses are so important. Can't have an ego when trading. GNS right now, a little bit of that spike. Still testing that $1 mark. $1 is going to be some strong resistance. Anything above $1, nice opportunity to go ahead and look for some possible shorts on this play. So I might look for some shares on as long as it stays above that $1 mark and I can get filled. If it goes underneath $1, that's when there's going to be a lot of weakness on this play. So GNS here, team. I'm going to actually look for some shares in case this one goes underneath $1 and I can't get filled anymore on this play. So GNS, I'm actually going to look for a possible short right now, getting filled on GNS. Because if it starts crashing underneath $1. So guys, I'm in on 15,000 shares on the short side. 15,000 shares on the short side. And let's see if this one can just, basically fade itself back on down. I got in on this play. All at, as you can see, 101, $1.99. Also, my broker does have shares available to short on GNS. Just a little heads up for you guys. You guys can see. I just want to be transparent and show you guys everything. Can show you guys, again, all my orders. Everything that you guys need, of course. But I just want to be open with everyone, show you guys what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking. Trying to, again, find any sort of opportunity I can to be able to pull the trigger and be able to make a little bit of cash today. Especially if we go underneath $1, we have room to fall back on down towards 86 cents. And $1 is usually one of the strongest resistance lines in penny stocks. So usually one of the strongest resistance lines in penny stocks is $1. So let's just keep this one on watch here. See if this one can feed a little bit. We have a stock that's up 92% at this time. Oh, getting a little bit more hype right now. GNS, a little bit more hype, a little bit more volume. All the way on up. I'm actually going to add a little bit more shares to this play if I can. Nope, right now, that's all I can get at this moment. Over on GNS.
Let me see.
So GNS, I'm going to actually hold this tight for a little bit. I'm actually in on a total of 17,000 shares. 17,000 shares at the price of 101, looking for a recrack of $1. And then seeing this one, basically, fade itself on off. GNS, if you're saying, Deck, what's going on with this play at this time? Any sort of news, any sort of reasoning? Let's head on over to Yahoo Finance. 3 hours ago, Genius Groups names ex-FBI official head tasked to force investigation in illegal trading of stock to pay special dividend. So we did have a press release that came on out 3 hours ago over on this play. Genius Group appoints Timothy Murphy to lead illegal trading task force. So that's what we have going on. So there was a press release, but it's not like it has positive results. It's not like it's anything crazy like that. This is a stock that when we take a look over on GNS, 10 million in float, which is a lower float for a stock that's only $1. And so far we have gone from what? When we take a look over on GNS, we've gone from 53 cents today all the way up to the price of 110, which is, a very nice move over on this play. We're currently up almost a whole 100%. Right now, as you guys can see, I'm currently down $600 on this trade, but I'm only down 3 cents. So just imagine if GNS falls on down to the price of 95 cents. What if GNS falls on down to the price of 88 cents? What if GNS, falls back on down towards, 75 cents? I'm going to be able to make a very nice profit. Right now, I'm only down 3 cents on my trade. So I'm looking for basically the crack underneath $1. And then from there, $1 should be holding up as a strong resistance line. But you guys can see everything right on the screen right here. So you guys can see everything that I'm at. I also do see we have a lot of old resistance on this old spiking high right around this 109 mark or 110 mark. And I'm going to be getting Juan back in 1 second here. And you can see nice sell-off, nice old top, looking for that crack back on down underneath, again, that $1 mark. So I'm going to be sitting tight on this one for a little bit. Going from there, looking for, again, that slow and steady short. I don't think anything's going to be super fast today. I think everything's going to be slow and steady regardless. So once we start cracking underneath $1, I'll be pretty happy with it. Juan, little heads up, just sent you another email. Second. Juan, another email's been set. All right, a little bit of a slower day though so far. Little bit of a slower day. Still, we're all watching for that nice move. Still looking for that next move, next play, next climb, next rip, next run. Still looking for that money maker for us. A little bit of higher low still over on GNS. Looking to see if that one can crack that $1 mark. Once again, GNS cracks that $1 mark. That's where I'll be feeling really good on this play. And that's where I'll be saying to myself, hey, you know what? That's where I'll probably be able to make the profits that I want. Because if we can crack $1, we should be able to fade back on down towards the VWAP in time. Once we crack $1, we should fade back to the VWAP in time. Right now is a $1 test. I want to start seeing 99. I want to start seeing 98 cents. I want to start seeing that crack here. So if we can get that crack, that's the good news. But right now you can see how $1 is trying to hold up as the main support line. Notice we came on up to $1, nice little breakout. Bounce off $1, bounce off $1, bounce off $1. We can all see $1 is the current support line. My cost basis is right at 101 at this moment. Little heads up, Juan is back at this time. So again, just want to make sure he's all good.
You hear me? Mic check, mic check.
Yep, you're all good, bud.
Man, I am getting whipped on Tesla today. This choppy action kills me.
What's your current trade? Let everyone know what's going on here.
Oh, I'm down now. I'm not in any trade. I'm looking to see if I get a pop here to keep going down, but
any are you no current entry at this moment?
No entry. I did locate shares for GNS as well, but I'm also waiting for that pop on that one to see if I can get a fill higher and join you on the short side there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think, the thing is, I honestly am, and I want to be open about this. I honestly am trying to just make money wherever I can right now. Like, I'm not going to say I'm forcing, but I'm going to say I am trying to, step out, like step up a little bit and say, hey, wherever I can see opportunity to make money, I'm going to try to give it a chance,
Yep.
Right now, I'm just looking for that.
SPY, I thought we could really get a little breakdown at that pivot during the day, that double bottom little wiki action there, 383, and that's where it just shot right back up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take a trade though, but I was watching it to take a trade on Tesla.
That's the thing. So far over on SPY, so far on Tesla, it has literally just been up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all it's been so far. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We haven't seen any sort of good, strong, hold in either way. And right now, there's a lot of people. You take a look at the S&P 500. It's coming back on down to the low of the day. S&P 500 coming back on down to the low of the day. I bet you there are so many people right now that are saying to themselves, hey, I want to go ahead and look for a short right now. Hey, I want to go ahead and look for the crack right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it back up towards the VWAP of 389.30 pretty soon. So just be careful. And if you're saying, Deck, I don't even want to look in the 2-minute time frame, that's just confusing me. I'm just going to stick with what I know. And what do I know is I take a look at the 30-minute time frame. If you are getting whiplashed back and forth, back and forth, back and forth because you are getting in on too close of time frames, just again take a big step back. Big step back right here, and you guys already know the channel. The channel shows that this should fall back on down towards around that 387 mark. So that channel shows us that we should fall back on down towards around 387 in time if that's what you want to go to. Don't get all caught up in the 1-minute chart back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you guys want to trade, have a game plan and say 387 is my target. That's where I can look for a dip buy, or I'm just going to keep holding again my short until we get there. So really, again, either or those areas. Little heads on up. GNS right now trying to get a little bit of a pop. You can see I'm currently in the red at this moment. A little bit of a pop over on GNS. Still looking for that crack back underneath $1. If we can start falling back on down towards around that $1 mark, that's where I want to see that true reversal for myself. And that's the main thing. Crack of $1 is where we start seeing a little bit more opportunity for us. But that's where I'm at. You guys can see I'm currently down $1,100 at this moment. And GNS, right now, I'm just kind of sitting tight here. I don't expect much. I mean, guys, let's all be honest with each other. What would you guys rate this day? What would you guys rate this day 1 to 10? 10 being the hottest day you have ever seen in your life, 1 being the slowest day you have ever seen in your life.
Is there negatives? Because I'd put a negative.
Yeah, so right now, Juan's giving it a negative. What would you guys give it? 1 to 10. 10's the hottest day you have ever seen in your life. 1 is the slowest day you have seen in your life. Right now, we got 5, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1. Hey, Ronaldo saying 10. Hey, well, I'm happy this is your first day trading. Shout out to you. We got 2, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, right? So the thing is, we can all agree we are all like sub 5 right now. We can all agree that this has it's been a little bit on the slower side. So let's ask something. Are there going to be a lot of people buying for breakouts? Because let's try to incorporate our psychology behind this. If we can all agree that the majority of people are not seeing a hot market, that's going to make the majority of people more conservative. If the majority of people are more conservative, that means we're not going to see as many big breakouts and a lot of big time buying. If we are seeing that the majority of people are more conservative and they're not going to be buying, that's going to be a better chance of stocks falling and fading. That means I want to be on the short side. And that means, of course, if I'm on a trade that's already up 99%, I really don't think it's going to be going too much higher. So, Deck, why are you in on GNS with a 17,000 share position at this moment, looking for GNS to go back on down? Well, I basically just explained my entire thought process on my plan, thinking about this as a psychological trade. How many people are buying big shares and saying, yes, this is the best day I've ever seen in my life? Not many people. If anything, I think if I'm willing to stay patient, a lot of people are going to say, all right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, I'll see you guys after lunch. All right, guys, I'm going to step outside and, maybe go to the weight room, see what it's like later on today. That's less people, again, looking to enter in on breakouts. And that's why I think, we could easily see fades, especially as we start moving into lunch hours and such. So make sure you guys are all good. GNS still has a little bit of those higher lows, just a little bit. Once we crack these higher lows, that's where daddy's going to be feeling good. Just go out and get myself some nice little Chipotle today. Ask for extra protein. We know, again, that's an extra $2 charge. We want to make sure we can afford that one today.
A large drink, don't forget that.
A large drink. I don't want to ask for a water courtesy cup, and when they're not looking, I fill it up with some Pepsi. I don't want to do that today, guys. I don't want to do that. I'm a stock trader, all right? Hey, give me. Can I have a courtesy cup for some water? Yeah, staring me down like a hawk, and next thing you know, I just fill it up with a little bit of Sprite. They say, "What the heck? Why is that bubbling a little bit?" I say, "Mind your own business, you Chipotle worker. Sprint out of there." I don't want to do that. Let's make some money.
SPY right back down to those low days and see if you get a crack there.
S&P 500. Yep, S&P 500 right back on down towards those lows. If we do get the crack, we know it's 387.
You're still in GNS short?
Still in on it. Still in on it right now.
I ended up jumping in on that one. 104 is my cost basis.
How many shares?
1K right now. It's not a lot. Want to see if I can add higher.
Yeah, I want to make my day worth it. Like, the thing is, like, 17K.
And this one's moving slow. Yeah, 10 cents is pretty far apart on that one, so I'm going to be adding here more.
Little heads on up, for anyone that is wondering, Deck, how much money can you make on this play? So every penny it moves, I make $170. So every time it moves a penny, I make $170 in the right way or possibly on the wrong way. But that's what 17K shares is. Every time it moves a dollar, I make $17,000. Right now, GNS, we got a little bit of this uptrend starting to crack, slow and steady. Slow and steady right now. Come on, let's go back underneath $1.
That's what I'm looking for.
I'm looking for that $1 crack. Slow and steady, guys. We just got to caress it. Caress it. Make sweet, tender love with GNS right now and bring it on down. GNS trying to get a little bit weaker. Let's get that crack of $1. I want to see 99. Low. It looks like bids are giving up. Watch the level 2. See the $1, 99s right
there
now?
There it goes.
99s. So let's see if they can give on up. 99s. Only a couple 99s left. 99's about to go in a second. Ooh, 99's trying to hold. I think they're still going to go, though.
And you see the ask orders, too?
Yeah, a lot of huge ask. Only one. There's like only 900 shares of 99 left. It's still just trying to battle. People are trying to keep 99 because 99 at least is close to $1. Once 99 goes, I think we are going to start getting that weakness down to 97. I think if we crack 99, we might go straight down to 97. And that's why 99 is still trying to hold up so well. A little bit of a bounce back on up towards $1. Back on down towards 99s. Now $1. It's a little bit of a fight at this moment. I am back in the green, as you guys can see. Currently up $197. No courtesy cup today. And we are watching to see, can GNS just be a nice slow fader all the way back on down towards 89? How about a nice offering right now? How great would that sound, bud? A nice little offering comes on out. Maybe a nice little something along those lines. So right now we're still watching this play. TT Life asking me, Deck, if the SPY cracks the low of the day, is it going to dump? Unfortunately, every single time the S&P 500 has come down to the low of the day, it's bounced on up. It came on down to the low of the day, it bounced on up. Came on down to the low of the day, it has opportunity to bounce on up. So you definitely have to be careful when you're taking a look over on the S&P 500. I'm not expecting any sort of strong dumps at this moment. So I'm not expecting any sort of strong dumps on the S&P 500 at this time. If anything, it would probably be slow and steady unless there's some sort of dramatic news that comes on out. Stick to the same exact game plan, team. Same game plan that I've been showing you guys. If you guys take a look over on the daily chart, turn off all your indicators. Don't even have any indicators whatsoever. Turn them all off. And all you guys have to do, of course, is just add those downtrends. 2022 downtrend, boom. Top resistance is going to be sitting at the area of 399. Then on top of that, what else can you guys do? Just go ahead and add your uptrend. Uptrend over the last 3 months, boom. That's going to add put you all the way back on down towards around 383. So 383 is the next major support line. If we go underneath, of course, the other support line, 387. 387, 383. Deck, I see 383 right here. Can you just refresh me one more time on where's 387? That's if you go back to, again, last month. Last month, over on the 60-minute time frame, what did we have? Of course, that super strong channel that I've showed you guys a ton of times now. Oh yeah, good. Okay, so 387 and 383. Those are kind of your big areas at this time. GNS, still again holding that $1 mark.
Yep. I'm about break even where it's at right now.
Yeah. I definitely think it's going to fade, but it's just so slow.
You got a stopping point if it gets too high?
I mean, I really have some confidence on this play. I mean, if it ever, I would honestly say at this point, GNS, if I ever saw this play honestly get back above 105, I may just get out then. You know, if I saw like 106, I may not, just say to myself, hey, cut my losses, lose again $300 on the day, and just say to yourself, it's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, for myself, I look for a $1 crack. I look for a $1 crack. I looked for a $1 crack. I looked for a $1 crack 1, 2, 3 times. The thing is, I already know that today's not a super hot day. The last thing I'm going to do is blow up $3,000 today because I just am getting greedy. So it's like, that's part of trading. So if I start seeing this one start making some hype and momentum and start going crazy, last thing I'm going to do is just keep on holding and hoping that it, makes me money. So right now it's starting to get a little action here. Going to give it a second, but I might get out of my trade if this one, keeps on building. Good news is,
and there goes SPY again. You called it. Down those lows, pops right back up. Tesla pop right back up.
Just popping right back on up. S&P, yeah.
Yep.
See, every time.
Right back above that 388.
It's like every single time. That's all it's been doing. Right now, GNS just not really getting much volume still. That's the thing.
I'd rather have low volume because no buyers and it'll just fade.
Yeah. No buyers. Still just sitting right at 103. Currently down again 2 cents. Currently down 2 pennies on this play. ANPC getting some sort of hype. No. GNS, any sort of hype? Anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns from the chat room right now that you guys want to ask either myself or Juan? Any questions, comments, or concerns from the chat? Please let me know. More than happy to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need, of course. Google looking strong. NEON still trying to move itself on up. NEON still slow and steady. If you guys want to take a look over on NEON, it's still just building these higher lows right now. So NEON still just trying to build these higher lows. That does have a nice uptrend right here. And NEON still slow and steady, just trying to build. Italian Pride, good job, buddy. Again, asked not to spam the chat room, but good job, buddy. Every time it goes back underneath 105, I feel fine. 105 is kind of just like that area. And the thing is, it's just I have large shares on this play. Like being down 4 cents on this play is not really a big deal. It's just, 4 cents with 17,000 shares can make it a big deal,
Yeah, I'm watching that 107 double top there too.
Yeah.
If it breaks through there, it might just goes right to a high from 107 to 111.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to set some sort of
107 is
stop right at
holding
those
it.
areas.
Yeah, that's where I got my stop.
Just trying to make it happen today. I guess we're back to courtesy cups right now at Chipotle. Yeah, right now, team, I do have a $17,000 investment. If you want to think about it, sometimes people say, Deck, how much money are you putting in on these plays? 17,000 shares. Stock is at $1. Putting in, again, $17,000 on this trade. But this one just has so much reward with so little risk. The thing is, team, like it has so little risk on this play. Yes, if it breaks again 107 or 108, I'm going to end up losing about $900. Is that really that big of a deal? The answer is no, because I could possibly be able to make, $3,000 on this trade if we can crack and fall underneath $1. If we crack and fall underneath $1, we should be able to, get a nice, a nice sell-off. 106, still trying to hold right here, team. Now back down to 105, 106. Just watching it because, as I said, on a slow day like this, I'm not willing to take a $3,000 loss. On a slow day like this, I'm not willing to take a dent in the account. Still looking for those 105 cracks out. It would be great here, Juan, if we could see a little bit of reversal. As I'm saying it, you can see.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
A little bit of that reversal. Oh, come on. We got the lower shadow back down to 102. If we can get another crack of $1, that'll be looking really good for us. I like how, again, we have our nice, top stop loss, though. If we take a look at it, we actually basically have our channel. It seems like 107 to $1 right now. So it looks like we're just basically playing a channel at this time. We do have our $1 bottom support with basically 107 to 108 as our top resistance right here, and we're looking for that fade back on down towards 99 cents in the crack of 99 cents. So if you're in on this trade with Juan and myself and saying, hey Deck, I want to go ahead and be able to make some money with you guys, essentially if you break the top 107 108 mark, you could get the next leg on up. If you crack again $1, you're probably going to fade back on down towards the VWAP. We're looking for the fade back on down towards the VWAP to be able to make some nice cash, but if you do ever break the red line, that's where you get the next leg. Right now we are coming back on down towards 102, but you can see the clear channel pattern. I want to see 98 cents, get that nice little sell-off. We're currently up $338. Let's just get a nice $1,000 day today. Is that too much to ask? I'm out here again, put my butt on the line, live streaming every single day. Let's get paid $1,000 on this day. Let's go ahead, grab ourselves some nice Chipotle, and get ourselves feeling good.
I'm looking at that 99 again. Look at that 99
I know, I'm
holding
watching
up.
the bids. Look at the bids are
If that 99
three
gets
or
out, there it goes.
Come on, let's get that dump. Let's get it a little bit weaker now. Let's get underneath 99. I want to see 97 now. Let's get a little bit of running. Right now we're at $433. $433. Let's get that sell-off here. I like how we have this little tiny nub right now to get that dump and sell-off. Don't you even
This
think
could
about
literally dump any second.
Don't you even think about going back above $1. I'm going to lose my mind on this trade if this thing gets back above this blue line. If it does get back above this blue line, guys, I'm just going to break even just because I'm going to have an ulcer attack, if that's a thing. So right now, it is still, guys, it's still bouncing.
GNS.
Oh, it's back above that $1 mark. Team, I am sitting almost break even at this moment. I'm thinking about just, taking my even trade here and just saying, you know what? Live to fight another day. Live to fight another day on these even trades. So, guys, I am going to live to fight another day on this even trade and take a small loss here. Yeah, we tried. We tried, guys. We tried. I am going to get out of this play. Done. Out. Took a very tiny loss, guys. So far in the day, I'm down $282. Down $282. We're just trying to do as much as we possibly can on this trade. We were looking for the dump right there, but as I said, I'm not going to be holding this thing if it's not working on out. Remember, team, I have a game plan. Deck, what's your game plan? Crack the channel. If it's not cracking the channel, now I'm gambling. You know why? Because I'm going against my game plan. The channel crack was the game plan. If it's not going to give me that, that's where I'm going to say to myself, nah, not really worth it. GNS at this time is now up 165%. We're up 165% at this time, team. Still trying to rip and run. Still trying to go. New Holt area is 149. 149, new Holt area at this time. High of the day is 144 right now. Big move. This has been the biggest move so far today. GNS opened up this day at the price of 82 cents. Last night it was at 60 cents. So we are still, again, flying on this play. And this thing is still trying to go. We're on a 1 minute time frame looking for that next leg. And it's still squeezing. 146, 145. Holt area is at 150 right now, team. Still trying to move itself on up. Got up towards the end, 147 at this moment. I'm going to start jumping on some shares to short here if I can get involved on this play. GNS.
I'm looking for blow off top through 150 potentially.
Holt area is 150 still. I'm actually, again, going to be loading up on some shares to look for a short here.
150 is Holt area.
I am in on 8,000 shares for the short if this one starts turning here pretty soon. I'm in on this play right now. 8,000 shares. I just think the stock is getting a little too overextended. I do have 8,000 shares. 152 is the next Holt area. 152, next Holt area. This has been a very strong move so far. Looking for that reversal as we are right next towards, again, that 150 mark. I'm currently down again a little bit. I have my cost base at 147. And guys, we are still moving on up. Still moving on up here. Holt area at this time. Holt area is going to be at the price of 122. We're still going. Let me bring this on over. Holt area is the LULD. Are we getting holted right now? It looks like we may be getting holted at that 154 mark. This thing is getting very overextended at this time. We're still live.
Nope.
Still live and still pushing.
Cannot halt.
Holt area is 154.
Are you adding?
I'm adding right here. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm in right now. 12,000 shares on the short side. Cost basis 149 for myself. All I need to do is see one red candle back on down towards like 145, and I'm going to make like $1,000 on this play. So we are still going though. Still going. I'm in at the price of 149 at this moment, which is, very high up. I'm shorting this play after a 187% spike. So I'm shorting this play after a 187% spike so far. Currently down $900, 12,000 shares on the short side, down currently 4 cents at this moment. I'm in at 149 cost basis on the short side, looking for this drop. LULD is 159 if this one keeps on going. So let's see if we can crack 150. If we can't crack 150, it may have to go until it gets halted. Here we go. Can we get that crack of 150? 150 right now, 147, 146, 145. Let's see if we get that reversal. Let's see if we start dumping, guys. GNS right now, we still are looking for that dump. GNS at this moment, looking for that dump all the way on down. So GNS, let's see if we can reverse and fall back down to sub 140. It's still all over the place right now, team. Still very hot, very active play. Right now, GNS, I'm shorting 149. That's, again, my cost basis. 12,000 shares on the short, looking for this to fade back on down towards this ultimate trend line, which is all the way right here. If we can fall to sub 140, I'll just take my profits when I have it. And currently down $119 right now. Currently down $119. And I don't know why I'm only down $119. I actually should be in the green, which makes it a little bit odd. Looking for, again, that short and reversal. 150, still having some trouble here. If it breaks 150, the Holt area, again, LULD at this point, is 162 if this thing keeps on going. 162 if this keeps on going. We haven't gotten that Holt yet. Right now, I'm shorting 12,000 shares at this price. Looking for this one to be able to feed and really drop on down towards that 130-ish mark. So far, again, I'm down $590. I'm only down 1 penny, though, at this time. Down 1 penny on this trade. So I want to see that red candle, see like the sell-off, shorting it when it's up 185%. I mean, I can't feel bad about that. I got to be confident about that. Shorting a play after this massive run on a slower day. Let's see if we can get that reversal down to sub 140s. Mid 130s or high 130s is where I would really like. Come on, let's get that sell-off now. Let's get that drop. Let's get that sell-off. Let's try to make, again, a few $100 on this day. Right now, again, we're back down to 147. Still looking, currently down $119, which, again, I still don't know why. That's very odd because my cost basis is 149. The bid is down to 147. The ask is at 148. I should be in the green, and that's not making me feel very confident on this trade. Regardless, I think we're going to be cracking on down towards the mid 130s no matter what. 150, we may get 1 or 2 final touches. If we can't break through 150, we should get that dump down towards, again, the mid 130s. Right now, we're still hitting that 150 mark, looking for that reversal. We haven't seen that big reversal just yet today. High of the day is 155. Dak, if we break 155, you're going to keep on holding. You're going to get out. Break of 155, I will get out of this play. Break of 155, I will get out of this play. Not worth it to hold it if we get above that 155 mark. Right now, it's still trying to hold. Still, again, holding right at this area. I love how we got this action, though. I love this action. I will say that. Love this action. Love this activity. Love this momentum. Guys, I'm getting out. I'm getting out right here. I'm out. I'm out before the squeeze. I'm out. So again, I just got out at the stop loss of one. I actually got out at 154 because it's still moving itself on up. So I'm keeping my losses as tight as possible right now. Keeping my losses nice and tight, not getting squeezed right now. It still looks too strong. I went for the dip and the reversal, got the red candle right here. Still going up too strong at this moment. I will look for another short in the near future, but I'm keeping everything nice and tight. If you want to see my P&L, it says, Deck, where'd you get out at? I got in at 158, 151, 148, got out at 154. So I got out with a 3-cent loss. Very happy with my stop losses right now. Very happy with my stop losses at this moment.
That's a big switch of momentum there. So this could just drop another good 10 cents, 140, 135.
Yeah, this definitely has room to be able to fade on off and fall, especially if it stays underneath that 150 mark. You do have a little bit of support right around 144. If you start going underneath 144, that's where it's going to start getting a nice little sell-off here again.
Could even halt down. 143.
Yeah, Holt area is 143 on the downside. Guys, now it's starting to get even weaker. Now it's starting to fall a little bit. I don't want to chase this. That's the thing. I don't want to chase this. If it you're going to have strong resistance back up towards around 147. So I might look for a possible entry. Can I get filled if I'm doing entries on limit orders? Let me see if I can get filled on maybe entries on limit orders. Limit orders. 148, 149, 150. I'm looking for that possible reversal back on down. Still not getting filled here. We're at 148 right now. Still not getting filled.
What the heck is wrong with that?
I don't know what's going on with this stock, man. Like I'm missing out on money. It's like we can fill you when you... There we go. Just got one order filled. It's like we can fill you when we know it's going to go in the opposite direction. When it's going... When you're going to win, we will not fill you. I have 4,000 shares.
Did you get 148?
4,000 shares filled. I'll take 4,000 shares at least.
You got 148?
I got 148.
I got 147.
You're in at 147?
Yeah, but I did I was in from the earlier one and averaged up.
And I also would look for maybe like a 149 and a 150 before this thing starts possibly cracking on down. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit scared on trying to get out of this play as well. All right, now I'm back in. I'm back in fully, guys. I'm back in fully on this play. I do have a cost basis at 149. 149 cost basis, looking for essentially a new downtrend and a new reversal. So here comes again the downtrend and reversal. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm back in fully on this trade. So far on this trade today, it has put me down $1,400 on this trade today. And that's, total on all my trades. So if I get this back into green, I'm green on the day. You can see my total again loss on the day, $1,400 on GNS. GNS, I have been trading again very large shares on this play. And that's why, again, this has just been a very fast and wild mover. So GNS, I am looking for a little pop, reverse back on down towards, again, that 130-ish mark. 130 is obviously the goal here.
We got to get back under 150 again.
I see a nice little downtrend here. I say we might get up towards like 157, 156 and get a little bit of reversal from there. It seems like you kind of have to get in when you don't really have the best entry. I'm kind of upset that I couldn't get filled when I was in the 160s. I was trying to get filled at 159. I was trying to get filled at 160, and that's when it wasn't filling me. And instead, it fills me at areas that I'm not 100% happy with. Now, this is where we have to start seeing some sort of reversal, start seeing some sort of red candle, start building some sort of lower highs. I'm just trying to figure out like where that's going to be so I can start establishing some sort of trend line so then I can have a stop loss. Because once I have a downtrend, I can then figure out where my stop loss is so I don't get squeezed out. Right now, I'm down $1,900 on the day. So far on the month, I'm currently up $10,800. So I want to, again, continue on making money. I don't want to obviously lose that money. So if I think about this and say to myself, all right, Deck, you're up $10,800 for the month. It's been a great month for you. You've been able to make a lot of money. What's the most you're willing to lose in one day to give back, again, your monthly profits? And that's something that I definitely want to be able to think about. And that's something I want to be able to, ask myself, because if I, again, have been working the last 15 days and I've been able to make roughly $11,000. Is it worth giving back $11,000 in one day? Is that worth it on its trade? And obviously the answer is no. So, make sure that you have some sort of limit or number in mind where you just say to yourself, you know what? It's not worth it for me to give back, the last 15 days of work. So that's something that you always want to be thinking about when you guys are trading. You guys work so hard for your money. Don't, again, give back a whole entire month in one day. Right now, I'm only down $1,400, but it is just something to always be thinking about on your trades. Right now, we can start seeing, I would like to see, I know it sounds crazy, but I would actually like to see maybe one last touch of 157. And then if we reverse from there, that's where I at least have my downtrend. And once my downtrend hits, if it ever got above the downtrend, I know to get out then. So I know my stop loss is if that downtrend ever breaks, because that's where the next squeeze would most likely be then. So GNS, looking for this one to reverse, fall back down, sub 150. Sub 150, that's where I start making money. Right now, I'm currently down 4 cents. Deck, you're down $1,700. Well, that's because I have 12,000 shares. 12,000 shares is a lot of money.
This stock has been so annoying all day. It did it to us at $1 earlier. Now it's doing it to us at $1.50.
I know. Basically, we've been okay. Let's see a crack of $1. Okay, not going to crack $1. Now it's at 150. Now again, we're looking for that crack of 150 to start fading itself back on down. But the thing is, we're currently up almost 200% on the day. GNS right now is starting to form that downtrend. We can clearly see our downtrend resistance. We can clearly see our uptrend support. If we do get a crack, we are going to fall back down towards that 132 mark. If we get the crack, guys, we're going back down to 132. I'll make up my entire loss on the day. Here we go, back down to 150. Let's try to get that huge red candle where all of a sudden we're just saying, whoa, what's going on here? So let's try to get that huge red candle, and let's see, can we crack 150? Basically keep riding this downtrend and fall until we hit the uptrend where we start having some sort of reversal. So we got 150 right now. We want to go back down into the 140s. I am making back again a little bit of my loss. Before I was down 1,800. Now I'm down 1,100. Currently down 1 penny at this time. Let's see if we can start cracking now and start making some profit. So let's see if we can start cracking now, start making some profits, guys. Let's see if we can go all the way down to sub 140 at this point. We want to see the sell-off start taking on off, start picking up in volume. So sell-off, start picking up in volume, start picking up in hype. Right now, we got a little bit down towards, again, that 147 mark. We want to make sure we stay underneath this downtrend, though. Stay underneath this downtrend of the price of 155-ish, I want to say. So again, we want to make sure we stay underneath that. Notice how we're testing that trend line at this moment. Notice again that trend. We don't want to see a confirmation candle go above that trend because that's where a possible squeeze could be happening. So guys, we still don't have a confirmation candle above that trend. That's where we could just see a fake out breakout. So I am just watching this play, waiting for a confirmation candle above this. You guys can see I am currently in the red. We are starting to break this area. May have to get out right here, but I am just making sure that this is not a fake out breakout. If we have a confirmation candle that goes over to the other side, that obviously means that it is done. But you never know. Sometimes you get these massive sell-offs when you don't have your confirmation candle. Notice we're starting to get a little bit of that upper shadow. If we can fall back underneath 155, I'm absolutely fine. If we can fall back underneath 155, I am absolutely fine on this play. GNS currently down 8 cents on the stock. Confirmation candle starting to hold right here. Back above 160, I'm out. Back above 160, I am out. Guys, I'm 100% out of this play. And ladies and gentlemen, at that point, I am going to, again, wrap up my trading day of my morning and say, hey, Deck, got to know your limits. You're up again $10,800 for the month of January. Right now, that's going to knock you down to a total profit. Let's see what we got here real quick. Total profit, $10,800 minus $2,633. So I'm up $8,167. So I'm still up $8,100 on the day, or excuse me, on the month. But guess what? I'm not going to keep fighting something that's not working out. It's not worth it for me to, again, lose my entire monthly profit going after one trade that just seems like it's just doing opposite of what I want it to do. I'm proud of with every trade I've taken. Every trade I've taken, I've had close stop losses. Every trade I've taken, I've gotten out where the squeeze has happened. Every single trade that I've taken, if I kept on holding and if I had an ego, I would have lost more than I can even manage. I would have been down $10,000 today if, again, I kept on holding for my 130 position. But the thing is, team, stop losses is what saves your account. So happy with where I'm at. It hit my max loss on the day, 2,600. No more trades for myself at this time.